Hello, welcome to our English class. And today's lesson is about some vocabulary and expression about IT software. And the objective of this lesson is to provide you with some skills so that you can learn and use key vocabulary related to IT software and understand and use common expression associated with ICT or IT software. Now, I would like you to think about your favorite software or app. What is your favorite software or app that you use? And today, what do you use the software or app for? Where do you like it? So just think about a software or an app that you like, that you use, and find the reason why you like it. Now, the key vocabulary that we have is what is a software? What is a software, for example? That we know in French, logiciel, des programmes, program and other operating information used by a computer. C'est tout ce qui n'est pas la partie dure, la partie non tangible de l'ordinateur, the software. So, comme les systèmes d'exploitation, les applications, their softwares. And now a programmer or a developer, c'est que beaucoup d'entre vous veulent devenir des développeurs, génie logiciel et autres. So developers sont des gens qui écrivent des codes, qui font des sites web, qui développent des applications. So there's a program developer. Et aussi maintenant, ce qu'on voit après, c'est introduction to execute, run, launch or boot a computer. Tous ces quatre termes signifient la même chose, ça veut dire commencer un ordinateur ou voilà, exécuter. So putting it into a state of readiness for operation, ça veut dire apprêter la machine ou l'ordinateur ou le système ou l'application. So, un bug, c'est juste une erreur, comme vous connaissez. Même en français, maintenant, on utilise beaucoup plus le terme bug. So, a bug, so that you already know. So, I have to debug this computer. I have to debug it. Did not debug it. So, I'm going to debug. So, it means that I want to correct the mistake. So, yes. And now, we have our vocabulary crash. Crash is when the machine or the system fails suddenly. Quand votre machine s'arrête ou tombe en panne de façon soudaine. For example, if you are working on a project and your computer just crash, vous travaillez sur un projet très important et la machine de façon soudaine s'arrête, arrête de fonctionner ou cesse de fonctionner. So, and then open source software, open source qui veut dire qu'il est ouvert à tout le monde. So distributed with its source code, making it available for use, modification and distribution with original right. C'est un logiciel ou une application open source qu'on donne à tout le monde. Bon, vous maîtrisez ça peut-être mieux que moi parce que vous êtes beaucoup plus des informaticiens et moi je suis professeur d'anglais et technopédagogue. Donc, mes connaissances en informatique se limitent dans les domaines éducatifs. Voilà, sur les domaines éducatifs. So thank you, and open source software. And now we have what we call we still have open source, like proprietary software. Proprietary software, like, quand on parlait de open source, par exemple, on utilise le site Moodle qui est open source. Tout le monde peut modifier, fabriquer des plugins et tout et ajouter. So in proprietary software, like software that is privately owned, la plupart des logiciels ne sont pas libres. So it's not open source, it's proprietary software. So that is privately owned and controlled and distributed with a license. So, même si parfois chez nous les gens craquent, c'est pas normal. So, yes. And now to debug, I think we saw bug, on a vu bug précédemment. Now we talk about debug. Debug means to correct the mistake. You identify the mistake, you remove the errors. When you are programming, for example, you might have the code, and the code is not working, so you need to debug the code. My code is not working, I need to debug the code. Mon code ne fonctionne pas, je dois débugger. So, ou l'application, so you need, or l'application crash, you need to debug your application. And then we have to compile of a computer into a machine code or lower level form in which a program can be executed. Le create program and compile that. Compile them qui veut dire mettre ensemble à un niveau inférieur pour mieux exécuter, pour vous permettre d'exécuter le programme. Ok, compatible, c'est comme en français, compatible, il n'y a pas d'explication donnée à ça. For example, I have some programs that are not compatible with a Mac OS or a Windows operating system or an Android operating system or an iOS iPhone operating system. So it need to work together. Ils doivent travailler ensemble. Donc si c'est pas disponible, si c'est pas compatible, ça ne va pas marcher. And then quand on apprend tous ces mots, à quoi ça sert d'apprendre juste des mots qu'on ne peut pas utiliser? It's useless. So now the program crash. It means that the program stop working. The program crash, or my app crash. The program crash, my app crash. And then if your code isn't working, you can say, I need to debug the code. I need to debug the code. Je dois débugger le code. Can you run the software on your computer? Can you run the software on your computer? So if you are working on an app, si vous travaillez sur une application, and it works on Android, and you don't have an iPhone, you can ask someone else to, can you run the software on your iPhone, on your telephone? So if you are using a Windows operating system, you can ask someone who is using a Mac OS to try. So can you run it on your computer? So that is when you test the code or when you test your app to see if it works or not. And now this one is like this is an open source project and project that is open to everyone, like Moodle. Moodle is open source. And then they also try to make ChatGPT a little bit open source so that people can add plugin or small GPTs. So I have to install a new version of the software. So I have to install a new version of the software, une nouvelle version du logiciel. And I hope that you were able to learn something in this video. And then you will have some activities next. In the next one, you will have a reading comprehension activities on IT software, and then a listening comprehension activity on software, so that you can consolidate what we learn here and also learn other new terms. Thank you. So what we have seen is vocabulary related to IT software, a bug, to debug, execute, crash, open source software, proprietary software. So we learn different operating system, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much.